if you wanted to make plans and then you have futures thinking, you have to do a lot of simulations, different scenarios, future scenarios, different land use, different climate scenarios, and see what happens, what works, what doesn't work, what works in this barangay, doesn't work in that barangay. And that's how you should really try to plan yung, let's say, for flood control. It's an iterative process, it's a sustained process because every year, change in administration, change in land use, you'll change the flood dynamics. And I think we have been looking at always depending on master planning, which are done every 10 years or every 20 years, and yet investments come in after 10 or 20 or 30 years where you already overtook yung plano mo noon. And that's supposedly one of the, nowadays, when you talk about DWR, it's a budget that will do adaptive planning. Every day, maybe you have to look at this. Every day, when you talk about flood management of Metro Manila, not only what happens, you react when Undoy comes or Karina comes or Ulysses comes, but look at scenarios. Look at all kinds of scenarios every day. It's like playing a game of chess and looking at different, before you have the chess championship or you have the chess event. So that's the kind of how we should do resilient planning. It's a continuous process, adaptive planning, and so on.
Agree ako sa sinabi ni Dr. Guillermo, futures thinking. In Diliman, there are pockets of that happening, and also in other places. We're also starting that in the College of Architecture because poverty is also poverty of the imagination. Dapat nabubuksan din yung isip ng mga tao. But I will, as a social scientist, I'll need to push back a little lang on yung cultures of disaster. Fatalistic tayo. Kasi madami na talagang studies in sociology, anthropology na the reason people act the way they do is very connected to the sort of governance that also limits their choices. But agree, no? Futures thinking, there is greater appreciation, futures thinking and foresight, greater appreciation for that. And really also doing it in an evidence-based way. I'm very big on data and really different kinds of data, quantitative and qualitative, to help us imagine what the scenarios could be like and how to plan for that. And maybe avoid the term future-proof. Kasi sa akin yung term na future-proof, you do one thing, a set of things, I've owned the future. But the future is a moving target.